tonight I am headed to Atlanta once more. This is our second Fix My Life shoot of this new cycle. And this is my second time headed to Atlanta. 3 weeks ago I was headed to Atlanta for the first one. And now I'm headed to Atlanta again. This story is about a man who has a lot of children. By the time you see this, I'm taping this in July. By the time you see this, you will already know how many children this man has. I'm not even going to tell you. It's a lot. He has... I'm just a little bit older than the number of children that he has, and I'm 48. So that'll give you some idea of the range that we're in with the amount of children that he has. But it's a lot. And so when you have that many children, you can't possibly be a Leave It to Beaver type father with that many children. So that's what this fix is. What is the new model of fatherhood when you have a passel of children? That's what we'll be talking about. And so that's what I'm headed to Atlanta to work on. I left my house at 11:20 p.m. I have to meet the team at 1 p.m. tomorrow. It's a 12-hour drive, so I'll be driving once again all night long, and I love it. It's a full moon tonight, full buck moon tonight, so I got plenty of energy, good energy, and the angels and the ancestors and the spirit guides and Heavenly Father, Earthly Mother, Christ, Son of my soul, and consciousness with me on this journey. So I'm happy. I feel good. So many good things have been happening in my life lately. So many good things. Just the sacred science of the self has really been working in my life. Really working my internal technology, working my spirit science, manifesting things in my life has really been positive and beautiful and wonderful, and I can't say enough good things about it. This intense study that I've been on in the last 2 years, for the last 2 years, after awakening spiritually, has really blessed me and brought me into a higher realm of consciousness. And it's beautiful. And I try to share as much of it as I can with you on my journey in the last 4 years, really, since I've been doing the radio show, and then 2 years since awakening spiritually. I've been sharing with you as much as I can. Just the beauty of the process and the beauty of the unfolding is such a blessing. So I'm going to lay back. I don't drink a lot of coffee these days, but I have 2 extra large Dunkin' Donuts coffees, cream and sugar, and I'll be drinking those along this 12-hour journey. Let me tell you this before I go. Since the last time you saw me, I have lost 15 pounds. I might have said that the last time, but it's about a good 15 pounds that I've lost in the last couple of months. I started in April, right before my birthday. April 25th was my birthday. And I started really, really working on it. Really working on it. And I've done a really, really good job. I've lost 15 pounds. I've got 10 more to go. I feel great. I don't have cravings like I used to. So I'm really pleased about that. I've just really been detoxing and cleansing and eating 1 good meal a day, maybe 2 sometimes if I get a little hungry. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing to get to your ideal body weight. That is a good thing. And it is very, very, very important to get to your perfect body weight. And you will get to your perfect body weight. I'm not there yet, but I feel it coming on. When you just eliminate all the crappy food. I mean, we eat a lot of crappy food in our country. And it really is killing us, particularly African Americans. In case you haven't noticed, I'm African American. And my mother has diabetes. My older brother has diabetes. My father has hypertension, high blood pressure. And it's really a problem for us. And so I'm not going there. I'm not going out like any of that you just heard me talk about. I'm not going out like that. I'm going to live to be I'm going to live a long, long time to a ripe old age. I'm not going to tell you the number, but I know it. I know what I'm going for. And I'm going to be healthy, in my right mind, just like Moses was. I'm on the Moses path. In my right mind, not weak, not dim of eye, not weak of strength. I'm going to go long and strong to the end. And the only way you can do that, get to where I'm trying to go, is by really putting good things in your body and being good to yourself and mastering the sacred science of yourself. And that's what I'm all about these days. I'm going to lay back, get into this drive, and I'll holler at you later as things come to my mind. On my way to Georgia for Fix My Life, the man with X amount of children, and it's a lot. Here's what I really want to tell you, because I was thinking about this overnight. I was thinking about my parents, actually, and how blessed I am to have my parents still alive. They're both 79 years old, and during the summertime, my parents live with me. I live in their summer house, and during the summertime, they're there. The rest of the year, they're not there. And I'm a brother who lives alone. Remember that old Phyllis Hyman song, Living All Alone? I live all alone, and I love it. Unlike Phyllis, she was singing that she can't stand it, but I love it. And I was thinking about this, that so when my parents are there during the summertime, I try my hardest to live with other people. It's not easy for me, and sometimes I'm not as kind as I want and need to be. And I'm working on that because I appreciate my parents. They have done what all parents should do. They set me up for a fabulous life, and they loved me and love me and support me and have supported me until my fabulous life came. And they have also caught me when I have fallen in my fabulous life. So I love my parents and I appreciate them. And I was just thinking and praying and knowing how important it is to be kind to people. And even though I don't really do well living with other people, even if they are my parents, I appreciate that it's important to be kind. So I want to be a kinder and gentler Robert. Very important to me. So again, back to the sacred science, back to the spirit science, you just keep working it. You know, that sacred/spirit part is our divinity, and the science part is our humanity. And together, that's a powerful couple. Spirit science and sacred science, working the magic and the miracles that are inside of us. So all the questions in your life, no matter what's going on in your life, is my encouragement. No matter what's going on in your life, all the questions are to you, are for yourself. And all the answers, I don't care what it looks like, all the answers are about you. Because everything that you're experiencing out here in the material world, in the matrix, it's really happening inside of you. It's a huge stage play going on inside of you that's projected out here into the external space. So it's all about you. It's all about you. And on that note, I'm in Butner, Creedmoor, North Carolina, and I'm going to lay back into this drive, and the beat goes on. So today is day 2 of me being here in Georgia. It's the day that we do all the backstory interviews for our show. And so that's what we're going to do today.
Turn left to
I'm trying to figure out my directions. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some backstories. What does that mean, backstories? Backstories are we're going to sit down with all of our guests, and in this case, there are a whole lot of them. We're going to sit down with them and ask them about everything that they've already told us on the telephone and in calls with producers. We're going to get it all on videotape today. we're going to record it all on camera. And so I usually come and sit in for those just so I can get a feel for the guests and what they're going to be talking about and what their temperaments are. I like to get a feel for that. So if there's any intel or insight that I can share with Iyanla beforehand, I like to do that. So I'm here for that. It's about 7:07 in the morning. Beautiful sun over here to my left. And I'm ready to roll. Here in, I don't know how to pronounce it, Kennesaw, Georgia. That's where I am this morning. I had a good meditation last night. I had some really good quiet time this morning. And I'm ready for the day. I smell good. I feel good. And it's all good. On this shoot, I'm very mindful of staying in a state of peace and calm and not getting sucked into all of the drama that can go on, in your work life. I'm trying to lay back in the cut.
8.4 miles, turn left 2, Interstate 575 North.
I'm trying to lay back in the cut and see it, but not get caught up in it. You know what I mean? See the drama, but not get caught up in the drama. And just do my part, do it gratefully, with gratitude and humility, and go on home about my life and cultivate other fabulous parts of my life. That's really what I'm trying to be about these days. I was walking on the beach yesterday and thinking about this shoot and some of the dynamics of it. And I was thinking, sometimes God gives me dialogue. And I was thinking that the dialogue is, I'm here to make happen whatever you decide. So you call it and I'll help create it. That's kind of my mindset. Offer my creativity, offer my suggestions.
Turn left 2, Interstate 575 North.
Offer my abilities and experience. And, speak my truth and then let the chips fall where they may. It doesn't have to be my idea. I don't have to be married to my approach, even though many times I think it's a good approach. But I don't have to be married to it. It is what it is. Just contribute my talent and go home and cultivate other fabulous parts of my life. So that's kind of where I am today, and happy to be in that space of gratitude and humility and just peace and love. Peace and love. So this is the house that we're shooting in, which is so fabulous that it's not even funny. I mean, it is a fat crib. Many times we rent houses to shoot our programs in, and this is the best house we have ever had, hands down. When we shot the Pace Sisters show, we were also in Georgia, on Lake Oconee in Georgia, and that house was pretty fabulous too. But this one right here takes the cake. I mean, there's a porch that wraps around the whole house. There's stairways, big, huge stairway leading down to the lake behind me. And it's just wonderful. So I'm here like 30 minutes before anybody else gets here, because I like to look and see and just have my own space and have meditation and just get clear on what we're going to do. So nobody's here yet. And I'm just going to sit here and enjoy. Look at that. Can you see the lake behind me? And can you see these stairwells that I'm coming down? Look at that. It's gorgeous. And the stairwell goes all the way down to the lake. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm very pleased with this house. Very, very pleased with this house. And it's a good thing that it's this big and this fabulous, because we got a ton of people that are going to be up in here working on the crew and also as guests. Like I told you earlier, this man has a whole lot of children. And so part of the fix for him, as I said, is a new model of fatherhood. Now, I didn't even mention the baby's mamas. There are going to be quite a few baby's mamas involved too. I think 5 of the 17 baby mamas will be here with us. So that's another reason why we have a super huge house, in case we need to keep people separated from one another. And when you've had babies by 17 women, some of whom didn't even know about any of the others, you need to keep people in separate corners. So some of that might go down here. This is one of those moments in life where I just get to count my blessings and be so grateful for the work that I'm doing and the location that I get to do it in. Well, you just look at this lake behind me. This is my office today. How blessed am I to be able to work in these beautiful surroundings today. I just feel so grateful. And I just want to share this with you because so many years of my life I used to go to an office and sit behind a desk and dream of life outside of that office and life beyond that desk. And now I'm living it. So I don't share it with you as a brag or a boast, but as an inspiration and as a point of encouragement. Damn, my lips are greasy. I'm sorry. Dang. Like I've been eating fried chicken and I haven't. But anyway, I just want to share this with you as an encouragement that there is life beyond your desk. There is life beyond whatever you are doing in the moment. There's life beyond that. There's something more for you if you dare to go out in your life and get it. Do some meditation, claim it in the spirit world, and then go out there in the matrix and get it and pull it back into your life so that your dreams become a reality. I'm grateful this morning. Humble and grateful.
There's a lot of different layers.
Okay, and we're going to hit every layer. We're going to go kind of keep it a little linear so we can hit every layer, okay?
You want my head? Is my head too tilted, or do I need to be straight?
Keep it straight.
I have a
You want
habit
to keep it straight?
of tilting.
Yeah, see, I do too, so.
And I do the same thing.
Mhm.
Keep it straight.
Yeah. And you know, and I don't want you to worry about, be yourself,
I got you.
okay? All right, so with that said, how would you describe your family dynamics? Do you know, like, how many sons and how many daughters you have?
Sometimes I actually have to go back and count. You know what I mean?
Do you stop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it too loud? I mean, is it drowning him out?
No,
It's not?
It's
Okay.
on me.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess we can't help it. We're outside.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick that back up again, Jen. So, my family dynamics, I have X amount of sons, or you can say,
I have to make sure that I'm correct because I often something that I mess up a lot.
that's okay.
So I just want to answer.
However you feel. Like in other words, like,
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to
yeah.
take a break, and I'm gonna have to.
No, I don't want you to count. Just think it's well, off the top of my head. Let's see here. I think I have 10 sons and 12 daughters.
I don't want to do it like that.
You don't want to do it like that?
You know, I can't remember not knowing how many kids I got. I
Okay,
do, but
okay.
I'm just
All right,
saying,
then we'll move on behind that. Then,
we come back to that though.
okay, we can come back to it. Okay, that sounds good. Then what about, like, do you know, like, give me the range in ages from youngest to oldest when it comes to your family.
My children range from 3 all the way to 26 years old. My oldest daughter is 26. My youngest daughter is 3 years old. I have children almost every year in between.
Hey, Jay.
What?
You didn't kiss me.
Oh, sorry.
You know you're supposed to do that, right?
You say that all the time.
All the time. All the time. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Are you ready for this? Okay. Are you sure? I mean, do you know you know what you're getting into this week?
Doesn't matter. I mean, I told you the other day, it's another day. It's say,
It's,
it doesn't matter. I'm just living my life, but it's the same. It's just another thing.
this is gonna be more than just another
Right.
thing.
Well, I'm looking at it like it's just continuing on. You know what I'm saying? It's
You,
just part of what's been going on.
well, you know how I've been looking at it, and the way that I understood it, is that you want to make some changes in your life and in yourself, okay? That's not easy. And this week, I believe, is going to be the starting point for that, for you. It's not the end point, it's the starting point. You're not going to really resolve anything this week, but hopefully you'll be put firmly on a road to healing and wholeness. But that comes with, it's a lot, it's gonna take a lot. You're gonna hear a lot of things that, and I just want you to be prepared, because you're gonna hear a lot of things that you probably don't wanna hear.
A lot of people always say that. I hear people say that. It's so cliche.
It's not
Because
cliche.
There's no such thing as nothing I don't want to hear. Like, it's just, you know, either I'm going to agree with something or I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hope that you approach this with an open
I
mind.
mean, I'm approaching it the way I'm approaching it. Like I said, if a bum off the street walks up to me right now and tells me something that makes sense, I'm going to listen to him. If a leaf falls on the ground a certain way right now at this point in my life, I'm going to listen to it. But at the same time, like, you know, I don't know how everybody else feels about this thing. It's definitely something that I just want to happen. But I mean, to be totally honest with you, it feels like the end.
You know why you're smiling?
I don't.
Because sometimes you say things and I hear me, like the bit about the leaf on me, so leaf falls on the ground. I mean, that's very prosaic, and that's the way I talk too. It's the way I express myself.
Things that you said to me, all them years I'm dragging toilet paper from the bathroom to this room, and I'm chasing you with toilet paper 8 years. And you got my daughter wiping your tears, and you want everybody to make sure I know that she's wiping your tears. How does that make me look at the whole past? Now I'm thinking about my father, man, and what he went through dealing with you, and I don't listen. I don't do anything he did. It doesn't matter.
Don't even go there. Don't go there.
You don't want me, but y'all both left me with it, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Your father beat me within an inch of my life. Whether you want to deal with that truth or not. He knocked out my teeth.
Right.
He knocked me out on the ground.
Right.
He's a 180 pound, 180 pound, 6'3" man. You don't want to believe it, but it's what happened. I had nightmares for 10 years after him. I never talked to you about that. I never talked to you about that. No, I did not.
Over and over again.
No, I did not.
Over here, but today,
You asked me about it
my whole life.
time.
I've been having nightmares my whole life. All right? My whole life, though. That's it, though.
Just get away from me.
That's all we can always get away from you, though. I'm not getting bothered with you. I've been having nightmares my whole life.
Wesley Williams, Wesley, Williams.
Okay, now your namesake, are you named after, whom are you named after?
Named after my father. His name is Wesley Williams too. I'm the fourth. Grandfather's the third. Well, my grandfather's the second. He's the third and the fourth.
Okay, let's make that clean, so.
Well, my grandfather's the second Wesley Williams. Ask me a question again.
Okay, so tell me what your namesake, your name.
So what do you mean?
Like I'm named after my grandfather, who's
I'm
named
named after my grandfather, whose name is he's Wesley Williams II, and we start over again.
Okay.
Named after my grandfather, he's Wesley Williams II. My father's the third, and Wesley Williams the fourth.
So, and tell me, when you think about growing up, and this is just like a little question, just kind of break the ice a little bit. So, what's one of your fondest memories growing up? Like, what did you like to do?
With my father,
Just in general. Just in general.
I like to play basketball. Like one of my childhood memories I had, just being on the court with my friends, just shooting around, playing ball, just acting a fool.
You got any handles?
You already know, crazy. Should've went to the league. Fuck around.
Okay. So what are some of your dreams, some of your goals?
I mean, my goals right now is really to, make myself a better man. Every day I wake up and bring my family closer. And I'm actually working on a mixtape right now. I rap a little bit. That's some goals.
So it is day 3 here in Georgia, but actually the first shoot day. So today is when we all start shooting with Iyanla. And as I said yesterday, the house is beautiful. I met all of the people, as you saw. I met the main character, the man with all the children, Mr. J. I met him. I met his oldest son, Jay West. I met his father, Mr. West. I met his mom, Miss Stacy. So everybody, and there were lots of other children there, and a few baby mamas was there, and I met some of them. So I got a chance to really get a good sense of what we're dealing with. And it is a story about beautiful people, because they're beautiful people inside and out in very sad circumstances. It's the way I kind of summed it up for myself last night. Beautiful people in sad circumstances. Because when you have that many children and that many brothers and sisters, there's just particularly for the eldest son, there's a burden there of being the big brother that everybody looks up to, even if they don't really know you, or if you haven't even met them, just knowing that they have a bigger brother. So for that first son, that's a big sort of emotional burden for him. So I feel that. I also feel the brother who has the children. You know, it's one thing to read stories on paper, but when you're sitting right across from somebody and hearing them unpack their soul about what's going on with them, it's a different...
4 miles, turn left, 2, Interstate 575 north.
It's a different situation, you know, so just being there with him and hearing him talk about what's going on with him and how this came to be in his life, you know, as a human being, sitting across from another human being, you have empathy. You have empathy. You feel it. You know, it creates understanding. So I certainly can understand his thinking during the various milestones in his life that created all of these children for him. I can understand it. And feel what he was feeling, particularly coming out of the background that he came out of, and what he saw with his mom and what he saw with his father. I can see it. Because as some of you know who watch these videos and know anything about my experience on Fix My Life, at the end of the day, I am usually the first one who leaves. I'm usually the first one who leaves. I'm fully present during the shoot, but when the shoot is over, I am dust tracks on the road. I'm ready to leave for the day and go be with myself and have my meditation and my me time, because it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy from your coworkers. It's a lot of energy of these deep, soulful stories that people are telling and some of the most traumatic events in their lives. It's a lot of energy. And so once we're done for the day, I like to move that energy through myself, through me, and out. So I like to get that process started as soon as possible.
Exit to the right, 2, exit 4, Bills Ferry Road Northwest, and then keep left.
So I like to get that process started as soon as I possibly can for myself. So day 3 in Georgia, day 1 of shooting the actual program with Iyanla. So I'm here again early today, this morning. It's about 7:22 to have some me time, some meditation me time by this beautiful body of water on this property. I love it. The crew is going to get here at 8 o'clock. I think Iyanla arrives at like maybe 9:15, something like that. And we're going to start shooting at 10 o'clock. So in the meantime, I've got some time, and I'm just going to sit here and have some thoughts to myself and think about the goodness of my life, think about all the things that I'm grateful for, ground myself in peace and love and calm today, and really lift up the people who are going through this process, this healing process in their lives and in their families. And one of the things that I've learned, this is my 29th shoot for Iyanla Fix My Life, my 29th episode. And what I've learned, and I learned this pretty quickly, that there's something in every story that I can relate to. Some feeling, some emotion, some circumstance, some challenge that I can relate to. And so because I can relate to it, it's an opportunity for me to heal that part of my soul space. So it's not just about witnessing from an outside perspective somebody else's internal journey and healing process. It's about seeing myself in them, seeing something in them that resonates with me, and using that as an opportunity to heal that in my life and in my own soul space. I'm going to be thinking about some of that in this quiet time too.
Well, where's
Thank
Rachel?
you so much.
I think Rachel, are you going to brief?
Let's
I
brief
sure
the
did.
plan,
Will.
but
I'm
we
sorry. I was summoned. I thought Rachel to the. You didn't know. You didn't know I was summoned.
So let's update Iyanla what the plan is, and then let's circle up and
Let's do it. And then we could even
Yeah.
do a walkthrough on the porch. You will start on this beautiful porch and tell us what's going on. So you will be in the house. Jay's coming to you. You know, there's this gentleman I'm going to meet today, whatever your deal is. I'll have a mark for you where you will look over and you will see him down by the lake driving up toward you. He drives up right in front, gets out right in front of one of the stairs. There are about, I don't know, 35 stairs. You'll be able to say, Mr. J. He'll walk up, greet you at the top of the stairs, and have a little beat there if you like. And then at your choosing, you are going to walk about 25 feet. And then there will be around the corner will be 43 dolls collected by family color. So I put ribbons, not that important, but so you will see a representative.
To the park. We're not going to the park.
this all happens here. This wraparound porch is very big.
Yeah, it's quite
Lots of
lovely.
room to play.
Quite lovely. And that's when you will talk to him about that. If you'd like to pile the dolls into his arms at that point, and then obviously it's up to you what you want to do. Just at we'll have just, if you turn around, there are two seats that you facing each other that you can sit and talk in depth with him. It's up to you whether or not you want to move a chair full of dolls, have him move a chair full of dolls in between the two of you for visual, or you can leave them. It's your choice if you want him to hold them during part of your interview or leave them. And when you feel that that part is wrapped up, I think the transition line will be, I think I can get a better idea of who you are. I think there's somebody inside I would like you to talk, or I would like to talk with. That's Wes's father. There's a door. Here's the patio and the dolls. You bet I will. You walk into the next.
One quick note though, Iyanla, do you want to say that the dad is waiting, or do you want him to ring the doorbell and come and interrupt?
I want him to ring the doorbell. The doorbell is a whole other character.
All right, so while you're talking to Jay on the porch, we'll get a sense. Robert will flash you note. Do you want us to bring Wes? You'll be able to hear the doorbell outside. Ding dong, I think somebody's here. Then you can go take him inside, or you can go answer the door by yourself. However you want that to
So
flow.
Jay hasn't seen his father,
Jay has not seen his.
but he's seen his mother.
No, Jay saw his father and his
both
mother
yesterday.
yesterday.
During Backstory Day.
Okay, that's what.
He saw them both.
Now the question is though, what door do we want? Because it's going to be kind of a long.
Okay, we don't
Trek
need to do
to
that
get the
right
door-
now. Let's
Let's
do
just
that
do one at a
when we get
time.
there.
Right.
And then you come and tell me what you are based on where we are, because I'm not going to.
No, you're
we'll
not.
interrupt
But
you and Jay's one-on-one with the doorbell. You'll
Okay.
hear it. You'll
Okay.
hear it,
You'll
and then
tell
we'll,
me.
then
We'll
we'll
decide
reset.
which door. We'll
Yep.
reset. Okay,
then we'll
fine.
reset.
Okay.
All right.
That is where you take your time with Jay and Wes. And when you feel time, or when Robert cues me, there's another ding dong. Stacy comes in.
Okay, let's hold it right there.
Mhm.
Let's get to the father. Because we don't know what's going to come.
So we
Let's
know,
get right
yeah, we know that
Fine.
part.
there. Jay and
Got
his
it.
dad, and then we'll do.
Got it.
Let's see what.
We'll see
comes
what
up.
happens. I'll have
Because
people
some-
on standby.
Yeah, some good ones might come up.
The only thing you should know is that our mothers were not called today unless you would like us to call them now. Our mothers were called. We were going to wait for that
All
for
the
tomorrow.
women. We,
The mothers
we
are
saw
children.
that for tomorrow.
Oh.
We have enough to do today.
They're not supposed to be here.
Good. I just wanted you to know that.
thought we were
Now I
doing
want to
the
see the
children.
mothers. The children are here.
Here in the house?
No, they can be here.
They can be here. We have them scheduled today.
Okay. No, they would not sort of. Well, I don't know what we did.
Right.
Right. So when you're ready, we can walk the porch
Yeah, we'll
with you,
walk-
so you get that, and then we'll circle up.
It's such a great color.
All right.
Okay.
Let's give Iyanla some space.
I'm obsessed
We'll be out
about
front when
that.
she's ready. We'll walk the porch.
Rachel.
Yes, ma'am.
For the when is the mother's coming? Whenever
You like
the
black and
mother's
white?
coming. Chella?
Yes.
This is what I need. Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it?
Yep.
I need. Yeah, we'll probably get it.
Probably not today.
I need a shirt, a man's shirt.
Sure.
Dress shirt.
A
Oversized?
dress shirt. No.
Not oversized, regular size.
What size does he wear?
Oh.
J. 44 J.
He's not that big.
15 and a half, 16.
He has big arms and big chest.
Yeah, you guys have big chests.
He's a bodybuilder.
So maybe a 7, 16 and a half.
You got a note on that, my love?
16 and a half.
Thank you.
I need
You
a
writing it down?
shirt. I need a seam ripper.
Okay.
And a seam
Yeah,
ripper.
sure.
And a pair of scissors.
Got it?
I need a large box of spaghetti and a bag of marshmallows.
String and tape.
I need some string. A little, don't get 55 yards, just a roll of cord string.
Like white, old-fashioned white.
Right. And some scotch tape. Regular. What I'm going to do with the mothers tomorrow is I'm going to deconstruct the shirt. And I need a bag of brown paper sandwich bags. You know, like you buy in the
I would say
supermarket.
Yep.
I'm
5
going to
minutes.
deconstruct the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And in each bag, for the mothers who are here, I'm going to put a piece of the shirt. And when they get here, when they get here tomorrow, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, I'm going to put them all in the room. When they all get here, I'm going to give them each a bag. And I'm going to tell them, put this together. Everybody has a piece. Put it together and make it whole. I need safety pins, glue, straight pins. Straight pins. With the little ball on
There's
the top.
something called fabric glue, which I will help find.
No, I don't want
You want
fabric
fabric glue? You
Give
want
me
white?
some Elmer's glue.
Elmer's glue.
And a stapler. Now, each of them are going to get a piece of this shirt. A collar, a cuff, a sleeve, 2 buttons, 4 buttons. The back, the lapel. So I'm going to deconstruct the shirt with the seam ripper. But there will be 12 bags that have pieces in them.
That don't get.
That aren't here.
Right, that's right.
So when they get in that room together, the first thing I want them to do, I'm going to give them these bags and I'm going to say, put this together. And we got to film it. Because the thing they need to understand is he ain't whole. And he can't be whole as long as you are holding on to your piece, thinking it's more important than another piece. The only way he's going to be whole is for everybody to surrender their piece. Now, when those pieces, and they're missing pieces. So you as sister women, y'all have to be willing to honor your piece, bring your piece to the table, give your piece to him so he can be whole. Because until he is whole and covered, you can't be covered, and neither can your children. And everybody's trying to hold their little piece. And what good does it do to have a cuff and no buttons? Or a collar and no front?
And why is a piece good enough for them?
Well, that's the question I will have
Why
with
is that
them.
good enough?
That's
to
the
be
question.
walking around with a sleeve.
That's the question. But they
I
don't
wanna
recognize
know. Right,
that.
I got you. I love
And even when they put this thing together with the pins, with the straight pins, with the tape, with the glue, it ain't gonna look like a shirt.
Right, it ain't gonna look like him. Right.
So that's one piece.
And then the
I love it.
Huh? And their size. And the other thing is, with the missing pieces, with their piece, is this shirt the right size for him? In other words, is what you have what he needs?
Wow.
I love it.
Until that is answered, he don't even know. Because somebody got his buttons, somebody got his cuff, somebody got his collar, somebody got...
And do I leave certain pieces for the missing mothers out?
We're going to put all of the bags
So 17 bags.
17 bags. Got it.
Mother number one, mother number
Right,
two.
and they all
mother
get to
number two.
choose whichever.
No, I'm gonna give
You're
them
gonna give them
that.
one. Yeah.
Okay, yesterday in his
We wanna
interview
do
with
this.
Sandra asked him, "Are you afraid of being alone?" And his response was, "Whenever I think of being alone, all I see and feel is darkness." Darkness.
But it took him a minute to answer that.
He pondered it first. He has no vision of himself as a single person in this world.
He has no
as
vision
an
of
entity.
himself as a person.
He doesn't. It's all
no
darkness.
identity. Here's now for the children. When the children come tomorrow, I'm going to give them.
The adult children or the
Yeah,
little guys?
the
Adult.
adult
Okay,
children.
and they're going to be here today. If there's something we need to scramble, we'll do it. Yeah, we have time.
3 o'clock.
Sure, we have time.
Okay. I need. I'm going to give each of them. They need a room to work in.
Right.
I'm going to give each of them 20 sticks of spaghetti.
Okay.
And 5 marshmallows.
Got it. That's easy to get.
And they have to build a freestanding structure with what they have.
And we have that.
And when it's all
perfect.
over, I want to see which structure is higher, which is stronger, which is better. It's a little competition. And then when I look at all of the things, then I'm going to tell them, so each of you have this to work with. But what happens when you all come together? So when they all come together, they got to bring their spaghetti and their marshmallows. Now I give them string, which is J, that links them all together, and tape, which is what they're bringing to stick in the situation. Then they have to take their, and they have to build one structure together. Because I need them to understand you're all working with the same thing. You're all working with the same thing from the same place. And the more that you work together, as opposed to separately or individually,
Yeah, the point.
you'll be able to bring, you'll be able to build more together.
Because one of the, to your point about the absence in the other demonstration, the ones that are here can do that beautifully. Jay West told us yesterday he has 10 brothers and sisters in Boston that where he lives that he's never even met.
Right.
So there's a lot of empty pieces,
Yeah,
even with
that's
the structures that they're going to build together.
That's right. And they've got to get the rest of the string, which is the other people, and the rest of the tape.
Yes.
See, working individually, they don't have the
They don't
string.
have that. Yes.
But when they come together, they get the string and the tape. So what I need for them is the spaghetti, the marshmallows, the string, and the tape. For them.
Great.
We can even leave them there doing that. After I do their individual ones, I can look and say, okay, now you all bring what you got. Maybe we should just give them 3 marshmallows.
Well, what if they eat some? There's a whole test about that.
However,
don't eat the marshmallows.
3 would,
Let's see who
three
does.
would let them have a triangular base. And most people are going to try to make a base.
Right.
Right.
So with
Well, are they?
Well, right, because there's no foundation here. So
That's
we don't
right.
know.
And so that's what you're going to have to put in your notes.
Yeah.
But she's going to watch and listen to what they do and hear what they say, so that we have something to build on. So that's really what we need today.
So
the
today,
shirt.
20 sticks of spaghetti per kid,
Yeah.
marshmallows, string, and tape.
And if you get the sandwich bags today, we can put that in there.
Okay.
Are you
How many
filming
pieces of marshmallows per
Huh?
kid? How many pieces of marshmallows per kid?
You said 3. 3? You want to do 3 or 5? They got 20 sticks. They can do 5. When they come together, they'll have 20.
And they'll be altered when they come together.
Hopefully.
There's 3 adult children here to come today.
3? And the other 2 are
One's in jail.
He didn't get out.
He didn't get
No.
out.
Okay.
And then
The other one is coming the next day as a surprise.
Tanisha's tomorrow.
Okay, so there's just 3 of them.
But what's interesting about these 3 is they are close. I mean, they see each other.
Box of spaghetti, and then we'll put 26 in each.
So Chantel and Iman,
And
Jada is the one who wrote the poem, right?
Iman did.
I thought Jada was coming.
Janae.
It was
Chantel wrote the poem.
Huh?
Chantel wrote the poem.
Yes.
Chantel.
It's like Chantel Jada. Her name is Chantel Jada. I think her middle name is Jada. And the poem is...
Whoever, whatever.
Okay.
She
So,
here.
3 marshmallows or 5?
5.
5 marshmallows for the 3 kids.
20 sticks of Dried spaghetti. Does it have to be whole wheat?
I think that's stronger.
Yeah.
Audio.
Not to me yet, but you can move them on.
Plus, it can never be too cold for me. I love it.
Okay, oh, there's more people.
Yeah, up there. You run the stairs behind you.
Whoops!
Carolyn's production assistant.
Oh, look, you got
Nice
big channels.
Like Swiss Miss.
Oh, private security. Come on, gang. We always
Hold me here.
connect before we go into this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is like. Are we going to fire up the grill? Jay-Z, you got a whole real camera. Is that yours?
No, it's
Did you borrow it? Oh, really? Touch somebody. Reach out and touch somebody. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for bringing who you are to this experience. Thank you for bringing your talents and your skills. I love that everybody gets excited about doing such a good job because excellence is one of the things that I live for. Look for your family in this family. These are not people who have problems. These are parts of who we are. Look for your friends. Look for your family. Look for your issues. And when they come up, just take a breath. and want for these people the healing you would want for the people you know. If we can do that, and if we can make this a part of who we are, it's so much more than just a television show. For me, this is my ministry. This is what I do. This is, for this purpose I was born, to teach people how to be people. Because we know how to be everything else. We don't know how to be people. We don't know how to love. We don't know how to hold on. We don't know how to stand up. So that's what we're here for. Yeah. So I just ask that you bring your most sacred self, your most loving self to every moment. There are moments and times when I am not in my right mind. I'm not even in my body because I have to go to a very different place to get the information I need to share with these people. So if I look at you wrong, or if I say something wrong or too loud, please charge it to my head, not my heart. I thank you for being here. This would not be possible without you. The only thing we are here to do is to capture the process of the healing. That's all we have to do. We don't have to figure it out, shift it, change it, move it. All we have to do is capture the process of the healing. And with your excellence, we'll do it. And it'll serve the world. Thank you. Let's take a breath. Into thy hands I commit my spirit. For of myself I can do nothing. Nothing. So I thank you for your trust. I thank you for your support. I thank you for your love. What would you have me do, God? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? I surrender to that. guide each one of us as a single head, a single heart, a single mind, a single life to do that perfect will. And if we can do that with excellence, I know that we will fix it. All right.
Stretching, stretching, stretching. Stretching, stretching. Oof.
Come on, come on. 1,
2, 3. Fix the line. Right.
For this family, in this house, is to really support them and understand how important each piece of a family is and what happens when one piece or part of a family is not operating at maximum capacity with the appropriate tools and information. We can answer that. Perhaps we can bring all of these people together in a way that supports each other. You might be shocked, horrified by the fact that one man could have 34 children by 17 different women. But the truth of the matter is he's no different from a man with 5 kids by 3 different women or 6 kids by 4 different women. If he doesn't understand who he is, he will lose pieces and parts of himself.
I mean, I just webbed a real, you know, I'm a big part of webbing a real complicated weave in my life, weaving a real complicated web in my life. So right now I'm in a situation where I'm trying to, you know, prepare my relationships with my children and
Tell me about your children.
prepare their relationships with each other, get right with the mothers, and I have, you know, constant confliction between parents also.
You have 34 children.
I have 42 children and 34
biological.
34 biological children.
34 biological children. By how many mothers?
17.
And then you have how many that you embraced as your own?
I have about nine children.
And these were children of the women that you had relationships with?
Yeah, children that I have relationships with and, you know, children by mothers also.
So you have Have you seen all of them?
I haven't seen all of them, maybe. Only half of them.
So 17 of the 34 you know.
1734. No, and also we have to add in their siblings.
Yeah.
The child that when Jay met this very, very nice woman, this very nice woman had a child, a young child. And Jay and that woman had a child together. That little child.
Hold on. No, the door's still open and it's still going out. I just need, do you need to get the hang of it? Yeah, look how much better you placed that. Much better. You're not sticking your finger in there, they can all see you. I like it. This one's in your armpit, but that's all right, that's all right. It's the energy of it. So you got six grandbabies over there. Do you know their names? Just make them up.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can make up their names.
But I mean, 6 of your grandchildren. You do know 6 names of your grandchildren.
Oh, I don't want to say one's name.
miss one thing, and I don't want to.
Do you know the 6 oldest ones?
I do.
Okay, so let's say you got the 6 oldest. You see?
I do.
Accurate.
Accurate.
I can see that. So that's why sometimes when things happen and you are experiencing emotions, you can't talk because you don't even have, what are the words? What are the words? What am I saying here right now? I know I feel like I'm choking, my heart may be racing, my mouth is dry, my eyes water up, but what is the name of that? I don't know. Would that be good? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, the ways in which my father dropped me.
Well, what I wrote was that
You have to learn how to hear things that are uncomfortable without reacting.
I want to hear that.
You have to learn that.
I gotta live with this for the rest of my life.
Because one day, you are going to be sitting here, and they are going to be sitting over there.
I ain't gonna be sitting there talking about I didn't love somebody and all that.
You don't love yourself! Mama, I got it. You can't love
I didn't love
yourself.
You like this, using this to take
It's
a shot.
yourself.
Shit, revenge is something. Come on, man. It's revenge. Check. How did you have me if you didn't love him? How did I get here? Check. How did I get here? Check.
You know what I'm saying? Himself.
Jay, come on. How did I get here?
What does a mother do when a child is in trouble? You don't get mad. You don't argue with a child. When a child is in trouble, your child is in trouble.
Yes, I know.
You understand? And the trouble began in your womb. What do you need your parents to know? What does that little 5-year-old need his parents to know right now? Not Jay, the big 44-year-old man, but the little 5-year-old. What does he need his parents to know? Big 44-year-old.
So it is shoot day 2 with the Iyanla. I've been in Georgia for 4 days now.
Turn left to Ernest West Barrett Parkway.
I will do that. And yesterday was really interesting. It was our first shoot day with the Iyanla, and really the first real chapter of the journey of healing this gentleman who has 34 biological children, I'm telling you now, and 9 unofficially adopted children, for a total of 43. That's a lot of children, and I don't know any man who can take care of 43 children. So that's what this fix is about, as I've said before. And yesterday, really sitting in his space and hearing his story, and sitting in his father's space and hearing his father's story, and sitting in his mother's space and hearing his mother's story, it gave me a lot of insight into how we got to where we are. And I really left that shoot yesterday thinking about something that I have known before in my life, but it was reiterated watching these people unpack their souls in front of me, because they're standing like 6 feet in front of me, if that much, sometimes much closer. And it really reminded me of this one thing, that life is full of choices and consequences. Choices and consequences. Every choice we choose has a consequence to it. Every single one. So the mindfulness comes in by knowing that when you choose the choice, you are also choosing the consequence. Whether you are aware of that.
In 0.4 miles, turn left to Interstate 575 North.
Whether you are aware of that or not. And there's no way we could possibly know all of the consequences of the choices that we make. But we do have a lot of information. We have a lot of information. You know that if you have sex unprotected and you ejaculate inside of a woman, that she could get pregnant. That's information. That really is information that helps you make some healthy choices. So our lives are full of, our daily lives are full of information like that can really help you make some wise choices if you're conscious and if you're consciously creating. Many people are unconsciously creating, so they're just going through their lives and they're just
turn
moving and
left
grooving.
to Interstate 575 North.
They're just moving and grooving with no real sort of purpose and no real sort of defined spiritual objective. They have objectives: get some money, get a house, be beautiful. You know, they have objectives. But I'm talking about spiritual objectives. I'm talking about spiritual fruit that Galatians 5 talks about. Fruit of the Spirit. You know, kindness and gentleness and temperance and faithfulness and gentleness. And that those aren't really their joy. You know, that's not really their goal. So they're unconsciously creating in this material realm, in this matrix. And then they wake up one day and go, oh shit, what have I created? I don't really like my life. Matter of fact, I don't even like myself. And it's deep because that's a steep hill to climb back from. Hating yourself, hating what you've created. Because even though you get the awareness that I don't like what I've created and I don't like myself in the process of what I've created, even when you get that awareness, all that stuff is still there. So then the work really begins. Coming to the awareness is one phase, but after you come to the awareness, the real work comes in cleaning that stuff up, moving it out of your life, moving it out of your consciousness, so that you can consciously create exactly what you want from a soul space and an objective that satisfies your soul. Really difficult for a lot of people, depending upon what you have actually created in your life. So that's a lot of what I was thinking about yesterday. Today the beat continues. You know, we're going to keep going forward. Yesterday we talked to the gentleman who has all the children and his mother and father, and today we're going to talk to his 2 sisters and to his children who are participating, and then later in the day I believe we're even going to talk to 5 of the baby's mamas who are present in this healing process. So today is going to be something else. I'm going to have my eyes wide open for what's going to go down today. And my sort of spirit space that I'm in with this particular show is I'm just rolling with the punches in real time. You know, sometimes I do a lot of prep for the program, and in this particular one, on this one, I'm just rolling with the punches in real time. So Iyanla will call the shots, what she wants to do. Some of the other producers have very specific ideas about what they want to do. Many times I do too. But for this one,
2.3 miles, exit to the right.
For this one, I'm just like, whatever goes down, goes down. And my objective is to be present in the process, not try to direct or control it, but just do what I do in the moment and see where God and the Holy Spirit takes the whole healing experience. So, day 4 in Georgia, shoot day 2 with Iyanla.
and
Okay.
and a mama.
All right.
Okay, cool.
That's
I'm
good.
gonna leave that.
So everybody now.
Randomly 7 and I'm 16.
Okay. Great.
Cool.
So they all stayed here last night. The two brothers stayed upstairs. Miss Stacy stayed downstairs. They're having toast and bagels in there this morning. Mr. West is huggy over Stacy. Every time he touches her, she feels like she wants to cringe.
Two brothers.
I meant the two men
Okay.
stayed upstairs, and she stayed downstairs.
I don't know. Did we find something else?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's hugging her all through the bagels, and she's just like, he's like, can you help me work the toaster oven? She's just like, you can feel it. Can't you feel it, Sandra? Hi, Mr. West is all huggy on Miss Stacy, and she's just
Why
like,
doesn't she say no?
she doesn't say anything. She kind of cringes but doesn't speak about it.
Oh, yeah, no, right here.
Yeah.
It's it's
I don't
the
know.
west driveway,
Yeah.
and it'll get you down real
He's
easy.
manipulated.
He's very manipulative, and she knows it.
And every one of them has a different story of the experience.
Mhm.
But the one who was suffering is him.
Right.
It was his childhood that they destroyed.
That's right.
Not their own.
With these antics.
They could have been swinging off the
That's
chandeliers
right.
naked with dildos in their
Exactly.
ears. But it was his childhood. They robbed him of his
Right.
childhood. And somebody has to be accountable.
That's right. Come on now.
Somebody. I don't care who.
Right.
One of y'all have got to say, we failed you.
Yes.
We failed you. But you can move forward.
Mm-hmm.
You must move forward. Because until he becomes man enough to let them off the hook,
That's right.
the reason he can't see
Mhm.
his errors with his children is because he's looking at them through 8-year-old eyes.
Preach. That's the truth.
He's still eating candy.
Yep.
If you leave an 8-year-old here, if you left 3 8-year-olds in this thing,
They would
all
have a
of them
field day on
treats
that
would be
counter.
gone.
Exactly. Right.
and the candy and the
Right.
soda and everything.
Right.
And they would eat and eat and eat and gorge until they puke.
Yep.
And then wonder why they're sick and want you to fix it.
Right.
He can't move until this nucleus
Yeah.
is reconstructed.
That's right.
Somebody got to tell me.
Yeah, they do. They do. For sure.
Oh, I see. It's a little
We can change everything. Just whatever you want to do.
Well, it might be warmer in the sun.
Okay.
But what is that going to be for the lights? Where's Josh?
We're prepared either way.
Whatever you want.
All right,
Prepared either way.
Whatever you love.
Come on in here.
Come on in there. Just touch me here. 'Cause I'll be filming. Who am I? Who's playing my home?
Okay. All right, come on in here. Grab my hand.
He dropped something. Going up that way. So, thank you all for yesterday. I know it was a long day. If it was long for you, can you imagine how long it was for me? But today's going to be a good day. If we just hold the space and remember the truth that everybody is really doing the best they can. And they just need more tools and information just like us. So we give thanks for this day, for this opportunity, for this healing. We call it good, good, and very good. We call our coming together good. We call the healing for this family good. We call the teachings and learnings for each of us good. We call the lessons that we'll present to the viewers good. And for the honor, the privilege, the opportunity to participate in something so good, we are so grateful. And we let it be, and so it is. As we go forward to fix a life. Fix. Everybody, come on, stretch me. 1, 2, 3.
Fix a life.
Good.
Ah.
Let's do the silver side and see how bad that is real quick.
You remember this moment?
You have any more?
How y'all gonna bring me to Miami and sit me under a porch?
Alright.
You got all of this, and I'm under the porch?
This is a shot tape in here. I don't know. It's been inhibited. Think it's a new one? Hold on 1 second. So sorry. I'll say this is not a shot tape.
Your battery died?
No, there was a tape that said inhibit, which is a problem. So it's been inhibited.
One clip has been shot.
Alright, we're gonna roll with it.
Okay.
I sounded one.
Best ever.
All cell phones are off, right? Check mine.
Oops.
Really double check.
Outside of Atlanta, yesterday we did a lot of excavation, digging up, because we got to discover what is at the root of Jay's need to create and recreate himself over and over and over. So this morning I want to do a little cleanup. Jay has got to get clear about who he is as a man. And it's clear he didn't get that from his father. Didn't get too much from his mother in their presence. He's still a little boy. So today I want to support him in growing up a little. And then I've got to get some stuff clear with the parents. Because it's clear to me that they have not told the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And then I've got a surprise for everybody. I've got some objective third parties that are going to come in and give an objective view of what's going on. Yesterday was the excavation work. Today, we're going to start to tear some stuff down in order to build up again.
Beautiful. We got it. Can you just give me a little bit?
What it is?
So this is day 2 in what looks like a story about a man who's got 34 children by 17 different, but it's really a story about how parents failed their children and how those children live that family. Jay's parents failed him, and he is set up to fail his kids, and that cannot.
Beautiful. Perfection.
All 42 of them, 33 biological. You know, my parents were so off the mark about how I felt about them, and my perception of them. I was on the mark in terms of how they felt about me. So now when my kids have these times, 42, and I only have, like half of them to solve.
And you're only one man. Here's something I want you to think. You only have 14 your 8 hours of work, plus the time to brush your teeth, wash your eat 3 meals. It's impossible.
So you think it's possible for me to step up to the plate, make things right, maybe do something that a normal dad wouldn't do, couldn't do, and it's not blessed to do, that's going to make a difference, not an impact?
Let me ask you.
Lives across the board? I think so. I believe I can do it.
Yeah, well, that's what it don't matter what I believe. The question is, what is it? Once you get that purpose, then what you do is you use your experiences to help you advance your purpose. Here's a way we can find out what brings you joy. What do you love to do? So much that you pay to do it.
I love when I talk to somebody that's feeling really down about themselves and like themselves. I'm able to share like my experiences and what I know. And the way that I come across, it usually impacted. And so I smash and feel better. The next day, get better, better, better. You know, I like it when somebody that maybe I really hurt, maybe I was wrong, and they saw me in an evil person, and I was able to later on in life really like show them that, hey man, this wasn't what you thought it was, you know, and break down even the stuff that we might have went through, and what I learned as a result of it,
Well, that's a problem. That's a problem. Because that means that there's things that they need as they grow up. How was your all's time together? It was very good.
through a hard time.
Is this the first time, well, what Jay said to me was this is the first time he remembers as an adult being under the same roof with both of his parents.
Right.
Not only the first time under the roof, the first time having dinner together.
Yeah, having
Which
a meal
really-
that he remembers.
Which is really shocking to me.
Everything's shocking to people
Yeah.
listening to that. Why is that shocking to you?
Would you like some Splendor or something?
No, this is good. Thank you.
I hope you like it sweet.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm not sure. It sounds totally crazy that a child that's, I feel, is close to me, close to his mother, that he never had this. People like to rank the kids, okay? And they rank the kids. Inside the house, they are equal together. They're all my children. That's why I have to do that sperm analogy. They're all my children. People like to say, and I've been married a number of times, and that what I say to each person in the child's life is, you know something, this may be our daughter you and I have biological, is your daughter, right? These are all my children. And these are all my children. So there's no difference in me. So I tried in my mind, and maybe that was wrong, maybe not really, so to try to not make a difference in any of my children. The same, as far as that whole thing about people like to hit on things that are hard to defend. Like obviously, there's a problem inside the house if I have 2 rooms and have another child and
struggled a long time ago putting myself in a position where I feel I'm thinking like I'm at a finish line and I'm trying to convince myself it's not the end. And as soon as I start to feel like it's a new beginning maybe and I'm getting excited, it's like
it is a new beginning because you're responding to it differently. You're responding to it differently.
Does when he can, and we've had dialogue about communication and just keeping it real. You know, it's just important to me, as you asked me in the beginning, what do I want? I want our family to mend. I want my brother to feel like he has us and he can come to us and to feel like we have your back. We've always had your back. You've always had my back, and you know I have your back. There may be certain situations that come about and you're not happy about the turnout, and that's been vice versa, and a lot of it at the end of the day is because of the kids.
But why don't you share with your sisters the realization that you had today, because they may need to hear you speak about some of the awarenesses that you had on your healing journey.
I mean, the irony of it all is that the conversation that Iyanla and I have been having, the experience I've had.
So today is day 4 here in Georgia, and it's our 3rd shoot
Turn
day.
left to Ernest West Barrett Parkway.
And it's our 3rd shoot day with Iyanla. And what can I tell you about what's gone down so far? I watched a man, an ex-husband, sit and come to terms with his past. And in this particular case, there was some physical interaction with his former wife that she spoke very openly about and that he denied initially. And then through a series of conversations and awarenesses.
In 0.4 miles, turn left 2, Interstate 575 North.
He came to terms with that part of his soul and his past. And it was remarkable, to be quite honest with you. We all grapple with our past. We grapple with the things that we've done. We grapple with the things that we've been and are no longer. And being able to sit in your truth is difficult sometimes when you have to recount the ways that you have not only hurt yourself, but hurt other people. And in this case, it was physically hurt other people. So to watch this man come to terms with that was gripping for me. Because sometimes I'll share with people, oh yeah, I was addicted.
Turn left 2, Interstate 575 North.
I share with people sometimes, oh, I was addicted to drugs for 10 years and I was sexually promiscuous, and I go on and on about these things, these states of being that were very true for me at that time that are no longer true for me. And people just kind of look at me like, wow. And for me, honestly, it's like I'm talking about somebody else. It's not like I'm even talking about myself. So I know that I've healed from those experiences, and yet I do realize that it's not a pretty story, some of it. It's not a pretty story. I'm not proud of it. I don't tell those things about myself because I'm proud of them. I don't say it in a way that, yes, I was a drug addict for 10 years, Not proud of it. I share it because it's a point of inspiration, and it's a remembrance of the road that I've traveled. And it's the truth. The truth hurts like hell before it liberates you, in many cases. And I watched this man struggle with his truth, painfully struggle with his truth, and then it set him free. And for a man, the first reaction is to flee. Flee whatever is uncomfortable in the moment. And he certainly did demonstrate that reaction, impulse, instinct to flee. Most men do. Because the thought of really dealing with our emotions, really, really looking at them and feeling them and exploring them and conquering them and mastering them is too much for many men. The emotions that we're most comfortable with are anger, rage. That's where you get your stern disciplinarian fathers from. That anger and rage. Do as I say, do it because I told you to do it. That's certainly what I grew up with. That's, and bravado. Bravado is not an emotion, but we're certainly comfortable with machismo, being macho, masculine. Those are the states of beings that we're mostly in as men. So to get down and talk about loneliness and depression and anxiety and grief and sadness and disappointment. When you get down and talk about some of the emotions and states of being that cause people to drink, cause men in particular.
2.3 miles, exit to the right.
These states of being that cause men to drink and drug and fornicate. A lot of these states of being are because men can't really look at and process and deal with their emotions. So if Bacardi or Grey Goose can do it for me, why do I need to deal with that shit? That's what a lot of men think. I don't need to deal with my feelings. I can just go play basketball. So it's really deep. I watched this man struggle and finally liberate himself with his own truth, and then share his struggle with his son. That's what I witnessed yesterday that really resonated and stayed with me. Powerful. Powerful. Such a privilege to to be a witness to someone's healing process. Such a privilege. So today the plot thickens, as it does every single day. And today we're going to meet. We've met the man with 43 children.
In 1 mile, exit to the right. 2, exit 4, Bells Ferry Road Northwest, and then keep left.
And today we're going to meet some of those children and 5 of the 17 women with whom this man has children. All of that is happening today. So it's day 4, as I said earlier, and I got here early today, as I've been getting here early every day, to meditate by the lake. And that's what I'm about to do right now. And it looks like I have some company today. The geese, Canadian geese, are up here on the road with me. But I'm sure as soon as they hear my footsteps and see me, they will be getting off this road, although I don't mind that they're up there. But Mr. Wendell, he drives our RV. He's our RV driver because we have RVs as our green room. Motorhome coaches, as they call them. And he's a pastor, former pastor, retired pastor, many years. And I just saw him when I got here today because the motorhome is usually the first one to get here. He lives an hour away from where we're shooting, so he goes home at night. But he's the first one here. I'm the second one here. And I told him I was coming down here to pray, have a little meditation, and he gave me the thumbs up. You know, nothing like a good old preacher. And he's a Texas preacher. All his years of preaching were in Texas, so you know, he got some good sermons and some good stories in his arsenal. It's a little chilly this morning. But I'm choosing this spot once again because of this. Look at that. That's why I'm choosing this spot for some meditation this morning. My meditation today is thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you that I get to practice this awesome career, this awesome profession on this particular show that heals people's lives and their hearts and their souls. I'm so grateful because mine is getting healed right along with everybody else's. There's a healing that occurs in me every single time we do this, so I'm grateful for that. I say thank you today for my health and my strength and my mother and father and sister and brother and nephew and all of my kinfolks and friends. I don't want to hear no wolves and no dogs now. I can take the geese. I don't want no wolves and no dogs. Just gratitude. Just thankful for my life and the journey, which is not always an easy journey, but it's always a worthwhile journey. It's a bittersweet journey. Some days are bitter and some days are sweet. But today is certainly a sweet day. So I'm going to savor the sweetness with gratitude and humility. Yesterday I probably wasn't as kind as I could have been to one person here, so I'm looking for the opportunity to maybe be a little kinder and gentler with this person. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, I'm not perfect, and I might be a little short with you and get that tone in my voice. You know, some of y'all know that tone that people can get, that black man tone. I can get that tone in my voice, and so I had that with this one person yesterday. So I'm gonna see if I can clean that up today on the real subtle tip. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it, but if I can have an opportunity, if I see an opportunity to be extra sweet and extra kind to this person, I am going to avail myself of that opportunity. So my meditation is gratitude today, as always.
I'm going to do environmental cleanup today, and I'm getting ready to blow you all up. You need to be real clear about that. So his assignment this morning is to write a letter of confession and forgiveness, a letter of confession to his children, and a letter of confession to these women. Because one thing I want to know just today is if any of these women are the women that he wants to be with. Does he love them? Is he willing to give them up to make himself whole? He had a heart situation a year ago. Has he had a physical?
Who had a heart situation?
Jay. He was in the hospital for 17 days.
Oh, I thought that was his father.
No,
Who had the
that
heart
was
situation.
Jay.
Wow.
No, his father did too.
His father did too. Okay, because I know I heard that.
But
All right.
Jay did last fall.
Wow.
So where have you had a physical? Do you know your credit score? When was the last time you went to the dentist? Where you live?
Yesterday, because he kept us waiting for an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that was a white thing. Was that
You know
No,
what?
that was
Apparently he did have his teeth knocked out.
He has a bridge, and it was slipping, and he has problems.
So, but I'm saying the things that you're talking about with the kids and this and that and the other thing, you know, you may have to surrender that, because in order to be a great man, in order for a man to become a great man, he's got to be his priority in his life, and there's things you got to get handled. So I don't know. We'll see.
No, I hear that, because as a man, I hear that as, you know, because he has spent a lot of time while he's here on the phone, because he manages these women and their needs and their all of that. But Jay has to be under new management at this point.
Right.
Yeah, you hear me?
That's a good.
Jay needs to be under new management.
Okay.
So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's very important.
So that's the conversation.
You were also
with
going to
him
talk about
this
his living situation.
Yeah, I need to know where he lives.
Now, what he told us on the backstory day was that none of these women know where he lives.
Well, I need to know where he lives. I need to know, and I need you to tell me, because if not, when I go in there, I'm going to ask those women, who is he living with?
Mm-hmm.
Who is he?
They
Where's
gonna
he
all say
sleeping? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell him this morning, I'm getting ready to blow your world up. Is there anything you want me to know? Anything you think I need to know, tell me now.
See, I know you wouldn't do this, and this probably sounds so crass. But I want to know, when is the last time each one of these women had sex with him?
I'm going to ask them.
Come on now.
I'm going to ask them.
When is the last time you slept with this man?
What I'm going to ask him is there anything you want me to know? But in the presence of all of them, I want to know, when was the last time any of y'all slept with the man who has 34 children?
Come on now.
Because you all know that.
That's right.
And let's talk about that. Not about him, but about you as a woman.
Exactly.
Sleeping with a man.
Exactly.
He's got 34 kids.
That's right. What are
you
you thinking?
Don't know his address.
Exactly. Come on. That's back
Hello?
to Erica in New York.
Right.
You know?
That's where I'm going.
I'm with you on that. Let's follow that yellow brick road.
And I'm going to ask you, the only thing is there anything you don't want me to know?
Right. Give him a heads up. That's right. Right.
Tell me that.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Get it right out front.
Let's get it out front.
Right.
Because I'm getting ready to blow your world up.
Pull all the lies and spin.
Well, that's what it is. Spin.
Yeah.
And the stories. And I think he gets facts and mixed up. But he, I don't know if Mr. West agreed with Jay about the cot in the bathroom floor, but the girls, they don't remember.
They don't remember that.
They talk about him in the basement.
He said it in his
with his own bed.
So
in the
it's not
basement.
like he just heard it in that moment and agreed.
Right.
He brought
But
it
I'm
up
sure
in his
Jay
interview.
has been saying this along the way. I forgot my point.
That's okay, because and just to be, she's in there figuring the stuff out.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let me first say thank you. It's been a long and winding road. Thank you. Please forgive me for my temporary bout of insanity yesterday. I hope I didn't scare anybody when I had my mini breakdown. I'm better today. I'm glad I warned you on Monday. Right? Did I warn you?
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know what it would look like. But please don't charge it to my head, not my heart. Today is a huge day. So I just ask us all to just moment by moment hold the space for these people. This is hard. Has this been hard for you?
Yes.
It's been hell for me. But we want to hold the space for them, with love. We want to just continue to bring our excellence to what we do. I just thank you, really, for being here moment by moment to support on ladders, in trees, on roofs, everything. Thank you so much. We continue to want the best for this family. And no matter what it looks like, we know that's what's coming. Yeah? So I just pray, I ask today that Creator, you create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit within me, that I may do this work today with grace and ease and effortlessness, supporting myself and everyone who has brought their talent, skills, and abilities to this moment. We thank you for this opportunity to be in such a sacred place, to observe and participate in such a deep level of healing for these people, for ourselves, and for the world. I am so grateful. Into thy hands I commit my heart, my mind, my mouth, and my spirit, that you may do a perfect work through me. I let it be, and so it is, as we go forward to fix a life. Fix a whole lot of lives, right? Fix a life, fix a life, fix a life, fix a life. Here we go. Let me give another hand. 1, 2, 3.
Fix a life. Alrighty. Atlanta.
Look how y'all move together. Let me see. That's funny. Okay. Ready? On 3, 2, 1. It's day 3 outside of Atlanta with the Williams family. 34 children, 2 sisters, a mother, a father. Today, the 5 mothers. 5 of the mothers of the children. Today is Environmental Cleanup Day. Jay seems to have learned a few things and is working with a few of his tools. But just like someone in recovery, when he leaves here, he's going back to the very same environment where there are demands and expectations and patterns of belief, behavior, and thought that got him to where he is today. So we've got to clean up the environment. I think one of the most significant things that I've heard Jay say is that he is overwhelmed and lonely. You got to ask yourself, how can a man with 34 children who have 17 mothers be lonely? The overwhelmed part, I really do get it. And that's what I want to deal with today. Anything else you need? What else?
No, I think we got it.
Well, we have to be willing to let everything go in order to save ourselves. That day for you is today. I don't want anybody calling you. I don't want you calling nobody. And because I'm not sure yet that you can manage the temptation, all of it. I know you got one in the car. You don't have any phone on you now?
I'll go get it.
Go get it. Where's the car? Okay, where's the PA? Let's get the phones. I want the phones. You can leave them both.
Alright, so you're gonna follow.
You know, he made it up because he got no direction, no guidance, or explanation.
Right.
You know, about what was going on. So the depth of woundedness that has left him broken in ways and in places. He describes it himself as shattered in millions of pieces and now being stuck by those pieces. And then he's a man. You know, so they handle stuff differently. You understand? We take the shattered pieces and make a purse. Oh, wait a minute. These are some shattered pieces. Let me make a purse. Right. They just operate differently. Right. And in that process, however, his filter of how he sees things is unloved, unwanted.
Right now, it's something that
Does he know that Jay is his father?
No.
Do you think that's as a grandmother and as a mother, I'm wondering if you think that's a good idea. I mean, I understand it, don't get me wrong, but I'm wondering, what do you think is going to happen 6 or 8 years from now when he finds out that he has a real father out there that he never met?
I think that eventually, not to stay as long here, because I kept saying it wasn't coming. And then I said that there's something that I need to develop in myself. So I think eventually, and possibly before the show airs, that probably will have its own. But from
And you are the eldest son. Why are you here?
I'm here. I'm here to this is show support for my family in general, and also to express my feelings to him, not just about myself, but it's about how I feel about him having fun with it.
I was going to ask you that. How does it feel to be one of 34? See, y'all claim the 40, but for me, the 34 biologicals are enough.
There's
That
probably
doesn't
some
mean,
unheard of
huh?
on the way. There's probably some he doesn't know about. There's
Really?
40.
You think so?
Probably a few on the way too. No big deal.
Really? Really? Okay. How does that feel?
It's awkward.
How so? Oh,
It's awkward. Kind of
it's embarrassing.
on also
Tell me what I would want you to hear me say. No, because you're the eldest. You're the standing girl.
I haven't really thought much about it, like what exactly I want to hear, but I said things to you. I don't feel like I can easily say that I've told you before how I felt about different things, but if you really think about it, between you and I, has there ever really been a time where I've come to you and I've said, I hate you, you are the worst? You know, have I ever said that? You may have
Yes or
felt
no,
it, but
Mr.
have I ever said
Mr.
it?
J, yes or no?
Have I ever disrespected you as a father? I mean, like, just blatantly disrespected you as a father.
I feel
Okay, wait a minute, because now we'll get into,
Again, myself, my everything.
what does that mean?
My pride,
Dignity,
my dignity,
respect.
my respect for myself. I think, I don't know if for my children, my 2 older children, they're pretty much okay with it, but I know it does sit too well with me.
What?
My whole this relationship with me and Jay, and, with Nicole, because Nicole, me and my daughter, they're the same. Her and my daughter, they're the same age. They grew up in the same house together. So they're like friends, best friends, and to have to pick and choose what side that they have to live on because of Jay and Nicole and myself, it's kind of what it hurts me for my kids.
So today is the last day. This is day 6 of our shoot, and I couldn't be happier. Going home day is the best day ever.
Turn left to Ernest West Barrett Parkway.
I can't even begin to tell you some of the stuff that went down yesterday. This man with all these children, 5 of his 17 baby mamas were present yesterday, and so he saw them, they saw him. We talked to each one of those women and got a little bit of understanding about their story and what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it and how it all came to be. And by the end of the day, I was just like grateful for my own life. When you see some of the complex webs that people weave, I've done a lot of stuff in my life, but it has mostly all been to myself. I've never dragged a lot of people, that's not my style, into my craziness, into my messes, you know, creating children who have devastated hearts because you ain't there, and a string of women who got all these foul stories to tell about you. That's just not my style. I'm not judging anybody.
4 miles, turn left, 2, Interstate 575 North.
I'm not judging anybody. Do what thou wilt, you know. But just watching all of that yesterday, and the carnage and the wake that you leave behind you as a result of some of the choices and consequences that you make and are living in. It's just, I watched all of that go down yesterday, and I'm just like so grateful for my simple life. I'm a complex person, but my life is pretty simple these days. It's pretty simple. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Appreciate the simplicity of life and the wisdom in the simplicity. Because just watching all the people involved in this web that we are weaving into a television program, it's a lot. So today's the last day. We're gonna bring it all together, and then I'm gonna jump in this red Cadillac that I'm driving and head back to Maryland.
2, Interstate 575 North.
And I couldn't be happier to do that. Home is sacred to me. It's my headquarters, it's my haven. And so when I'm not there, I'm out in the world on purpose doing whatever I'm supposed to do. But then when I go back, I'm like in my own little world. I'm in my own little happy, safe, purposeful, meaningful world. And by this time tomorrow, I'll be walking on the beach. Happily so. So it's about 7:16 now. I'm on my way to my same little meditation spot behind the house that we're shooting in. And I'll get there early again and do a little meditation. Some gratitude, although it's really cloudy and kind of cool out. And then the team will show up at 8. We have a production meeting. We'll start rolling at 9. And then we're out by 2. And by 2:02, I will be on 85 North. Let me just say one more thing. I want to talk about the energy on this shoot for me. The energy on this shoot for me. I want to be intentional about how I share my thoughts. All of the experiences that I have in my life, all of
2.3 miles, exit to the right.
All of the experiences that I have in my life, all of the interactions with people in my life are about me. All of them. The people are populating my life just so that I'll learn the lessons that I'm supposed to learn. It's not really about them. It's not really about me being mad at them or having upset with them, or, you know, I'm wise enough to stay away from and steer around certain energies. But really, at the end of the day, it's all about me. It's all about the lessons that I'm supposed to take from every experience and move on into the depth and the height of my life and my greatness and my purpose. And I get that. I get that. Now, in real time, I have to work through some of my feelings about people, you know, and situations and circumstances, and get clear so that I can move it through myself and go on with what I'm supposed to be doing in a moment. So on this shoot, I've had to work through some energy about people, and really not let it stay in me, but keep on moving and see a bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that I feel God.
1 mile, exit to the right. 2, exit 4, Bells Ferry Road Northwest, and then keep left.
The bigger picture in my life right now, I feel God repositioning me, moving me away from some things and some people, and moving me toward other things and other people. New chapters, new levels, I feel it. I feel the transition happening within myself. So that's what I have to stay grounded in, the bigger picture, and not the navigation of my feelings in the moment. Just remember in the moment that bigger picture helps a lot.
Feeling like like they're upset, you know.
Right.
Oh, he's torn for sure.
That's the only guy.
Yeah.
Oldest male.
He's a good guy.
He's good.
Get really good energy from him.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pray in the rain and get baptized by this water.
Do you want me to hold this while you hold hands? I was so All right, round up, ladies and gentlemen.
Form a circle. Quickly.
I know. I'm not sure. They can be there.
This way.
Huh?
All right, let's hold hands again, buddy.
Trevor, you got to hold me on my shoulder. Yeah.
Say I'm sorry.
That's right.
I apologize.
Come on in, buddies. Come on, everybody get in.
Can't put it down.
Break it in. It's always good to be at Go Home Day, right?
Yes. Yes. Not for you? You like it, huh?
All right now. Ain't my payday, but I'm happy for y'all. They say the only way to get what you really want is to be happy for somebody else to get it first. I'm happy for y'all. There's a scripture that says that in our time of need and difficulty that we don't even know what to pray for. And in those moments, the Holy Spirit will pray for us with groanings and murmurings and utterances that we don't even recognize. So I do not even know what to pray for today. So I'm going to ask the Holy Spirit to pray for us and for this family. That everybody gets what is required for the highest and greatest good, that they may take the next most appropriate step in their healing and their learning and their growing. And I release all attachment to what that needs to look like. And I ask just again, thank you for bringing your talents, your gifts, your skills, your abilities. And let's fix a life. One, two, three.
Fix a life. All right, so Rachel, do we want to?
This is a story about a deeply entrenched family pathology. One where people get uncomfortable, get hurt, and run away, and then come back. His mother did it. His father threatened to do it. His children did it, and he did it. Not here, but in his life. Run away and come back. Run away and come back. Not telling the truth, not facing reality, running away and coming back. And that's how he has 34 children with 17 different women. I told Mr. J that this was surgery, that it was going to cut deep. I also told him that we were going to blow his life up and then take him into recovery.
Felt like the situation with my children wasn't the way that you were making it out to be. Then you said some things to me that made me feel like I couldn't trust you. I was very upset when I went to sleep, but when I woke up, I realized that the lesson was that I need to learn how to deal with things differently when I'm in a position where I don't trust the other person. I need to process that.
I don't believe you never trusted me. I believe you were uncomfortable with what I was saying, because if you didn't trust me, you wouldn't be standing here this morning. If that's maybe what it felt like, but is it possible that you didn't trust yourself to handle the difficulty? Is that possible?
I felt like I didn't have any tools to draw on at that point.
You had tools. Let me show you what you did with them. I think that the depth of the pain caused by this situation is a result of the depth of the love on some level. And not being in love romantically, but the heart connection that each of you have had to this person, even if that heart connection has just been your child. So I put here, I love you, because one of the things that causes us pain is trying to stop loving somebody that we love. That's very amazing. I can love you and choose not to be in a relationship with you. But if I love you and tell myself I don't and beat myself up for loving you, then I'm going to hurt myself. I think every woman walking the planet has loved a fool at one time or another. Several. Like I said, I had 3 babies.
I feel like doing this will allow them to be in touch with their own triggers inside of them. So that will help them with self-control, because it's going to be a key factor in their life. It's something that I lack, is self-control. My goal as of now is to improve and build upon and repair my relationship with all my children. I would like to instill in my children, first and foremost, the presence of God, the discipline of martial arts, which definitely was a factor in saving me during certain aspects of my life, and most of all, that they know each other, that they all know each other and have access to one another, so that they can share and exchange the love from one another, so they won't ever have to feel the depletion of love that I felt growing up, and the feelings that they've had between myself and them also. And with that, I would just like to say once again, I apologize. I'm moving forward, I'm stepping up to the plate, and this is coming from the great man that I am today.
And then I would support him in picking up the shrapnel. Did I blow your life up?
You didn't say he was going to use nukes.
I told you couldn't tell me how to do it.
Really ain't no shrapnel left, it's just dust.
And
in the winter, it's gone.
And that you have not yet seen the victory, but you do have the tools and the information required to at least step on the battlefield of your life. I told your sister Malika, and I told somebody else this morning that they were here, I told you, they're here to support you. I supported, you were my client. My concern was for you. And from the day I took your dad to the mat, and your mom to the mat, and your daughters to the mat, to stand for you, because they're not my client, you are. If you just follow this, make it a part of who you are, and it will take you into other things, and into other things, and into other things that will support you.
So it is 3:50 p.m. and the shoot is over. We are done. And I am on my way back to Maryland. 12-hour drive back to Maryland. And according to my GPS, I will not get there till like 4:40 in the morning. But I got a ton of things to tell you on the way home about this shoot and just about me on this shoot. So I'm gonna collect my thoughts. Get back to you on that. But this shoot is over, and really, you know, yesterday I was in one place with it all, and then today I feel like I'm in another place with it. Something happened. I began to see things and maybe even see parts of myself in our guests. And I left that shoot feeling, no, let me put it this way. I left that shoot focusing on authenticity and intention. Put it that way. focusing on authenticity and intention. Authenticity and intention. There's a seduction involved when it comes to media and anything media related, and most specifically being on television is very seductive for a lot of people. And if you're not absolutely clear about who you are and what you want in your life, you can just find yourself drawn to the allure of being seen and heard on a public platform. Very seductive. Celebrity is a drug. Even if your celebrity is in some ranking on television somewhere, one time even. So what I'm trying to say is that I want to be the kind of man, and I'm working toward mastering being the kind of man who is and says and thinks and does exactly what you see. What you see is really what you get. And if I say that this is what it is, this is what it is. You can believe my word. My integrity is sound and true, and I am authentic at all times. That's the level of mastery that I'm going for. And when I left this shoot, I was thinking that it was very clear to me in my own world just how far some of our guests have to go to reach that level of mastery, and to even become aware of the seduction.
1 mile, merge to Interstate 75 South.
And to even be aware of the seduction of the media platforms. Very seductive. Very seductive. So the shoot is over, and I'm going home to Maryland. I got a 12-hour drive in front of me, and I'm going to lay back. It's raining. It's about 3:54. I'm going to lay back in the cut, take it as it comes, and drive all the way to Maryland. And what I can tell you, I'm in Georgia now, what I can tell you is that no matter when it happens, it'll probably happen somewhere like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. When I hit that sign that says Maryland welcomes you, I am one happy camper, for sure.
Merge to